Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Hopkinton Hillers Hockey here on HCAM. We are live from the New England Sports Center as the Hopkinton Hillers take on the Medway Mustangs. Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera as the 9-2-0 Hillers will battle 1-10-1 Medway. It is two teams that have had very different seasons. Medway, a rough year for the Mustangs, but they are working with some young talent on their roster looking to improve. But typically, regardless of the records, it's always a good battle when Hopkinton and Medway meet up. Medway, one of the best programs overall in this state. Just having a off year, and it certainly happens sometimes. But they are ready for battle here today as we are underway here in the first period. Hillers working left to right across your screen. No introductions today, just went straight to the puck drop. As Medway trying to work it up the ice. They're expecting some snow in the area later, but they're happy to get this game in. As approaching is Ryan Title. He's jammed up along the near side. Now trying to dig it out. Alexander Rudnicki for Medway. In fact, most schools around the area canceled all activities after 6 o'clock. Of course, this game with the 4 o'clock start today as we get an icing call. So the Hillers and Medway able to get this one in before the snow and ice comes our way. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. John Ritz on camera here on this Wednesday afternoon. Jammed up along the corner. Carrazza trying to dig it out, and here he goes. Carrazza and Mera, this is danger. Mera across to Carrazza, backhander in. And that is actually going to be number 18, Cam McPherson, who met him up the ice and popped it in. So Mera on the assist. And that'll make it 1-0 Hillers. Good start for Hopkinton. The score comes at 14:04 left to go in the first period. Just 56 seconds into action. Luke Frotton up against Pavitt Mera in the face-off circle. Well, not the way you want to start off if you're the Mustangs. And I think Medway's going to learn to keep guys in front of the net and don't let this Hiller team get too far out ahead of you. This Hiller team features a lot of speed, very tough to keep up with, and that's been one of the strong parts of this team all season. Off the face-off, Medway looking for a break. John, is that leg dropping? It is. Out in front, backhander just wide of the net as Medway looking to put some pressure on. That shot was by Jackson Bridges. Sent out in front, deflected away. Jammed up in the corner now. And that's going to be taken to the back of the net. Good back and forth battle. There's this Medway team stepping it up. There's a shot right off of Carrazza. Goes KV Bahari, and that is sent around the far side. And I'm just going to step away from the broadcast a moment, folks, as we fix a camera issue. You are tuned in to Hiller Hockey on HCAM. Couple shots deflected by Medway. Apologies, folks. We're working on fixing a camera issue. As you can tell on the broadcast, our tripod decided to give out, but we should have the issue fixed and ready to continue on. Good pressure by the Hillers as DeRocher and Iorici got shots in there. And we'll get a face-off at 12:10 left to go. Off the face-off, Medway doing a nice job at contesting the Hillers since that early goal, as they have found some pressure themselves. Up behind the net it goes. And this Medway team, don't be fooled by their record. They've had a lot of close games with good teams as well. TVL very competitive as Ryan Title gets in there to defer. Number 17 for Medway. Cav Bahari. And here comes the Hillers, Dylan Manser. Sends it over to the far side. Scardino digs it out, sends it up the ice. There is a Hiller penalty. Declan DeRocher in the box for 2 minutes. I believe it was a tripping call. There's a minute left on the Medway power play. And we'll have a face-off in Mustangs territory. Off the icing call. Along the near side. Sent over by Rudnicki. Rudnicki trying to dig it out. Your goaltender matchup this afternoon is Jack Lang up against Sean Frotton for Medway, as this is sent out in front and Lang covers it up. Face off at 10:26, 26 seconds left on the Medway power play. The Hillers trying to play a little keep away here as Hayward digs it out. Up along the near side, sent up by Bahari. Along the corner, sent down by Morse. Here comes Resnick. Sent up to White. Adams going to send it down into Medway territory. The power play has expired. This face-off comes at 10:04 left to go. Will be another icing call. Mira up against Frotton. Along the near side, Carrazza trying to dig it out, matched up with Mizaka. Good defense there by White. You're going to see a lot of the younger players for the Hillers getting some playing time today. I think you're going to see a good amount of that third, fourth, and fifth line for the Hillers getting in there. We want to get them some more experience. At least that's the trend so far. Mira on the face-off. And you're going to see some different combinations in there as well. Coach Hayes has been experimenting as of late, especially in these games where you're expecting to win. Mira sends it up the far side. Off the boards into Medway territory it goes. Pass was a little hot heading towards McPherson. And intercepted by Carrazza there. Sends it over to the circle. Just gets away from Mera. Mera looking for McPherson. And is taken away by Froughton. Here comes Mazaka rushing in. He's contested by Manser. Just under 9 minutes left to play in this first period. Mera looking to set it up the near side. Squirts out. Tracked down by Zolotarov. I'll tell you what, Medway's found some pressure in this game as Bahari sends it out. And it's sent up and around over to the near side. And we believe the first name is Kave Bahari, one of the assistant captains on Medway. 8:21 left to go. And we'll get another face-off with the offsides call. Ritchie sends it back. Morse sends it up. Back to Hiller's territory we go with the icing call. Ritchie in there for the Hillers up against Conlon. Along the near side, DeRocher lost his balance. There's a shot, and it's covered up by Lang. Off the stick of Tolley. There's a wrister, and turned away by Lang. Good shot by Tolley. Well, as I mentioned, this Medway team, great hockey program. And they are typically very much in the mix. This year a little different than most years, but always a tough team. As Rudnicki takes the shot, turned away by Lang. And a good save there by Hayward. He was just in the right place at the right time, but that was terrific pressure by Medway. Well, as I said once, and I'll say again, and probably many more times, don't underestimate this Medway team. They are tough. Title up against Manning. Scardino looking for the puck, got away from him. Kave Bahari with it. Getting in there was Ian Tosca. Title up against Drake along the boards. Title trying to dig it out of the corner. Scardino getting in there. Popped off the boards by Title. There's a wrister by Zolotarov into traffic. Off the glass it goes. Manser pulls it down. Trying to feed it over to Title. Sent across by Ian Tosca. Put up the boards by Bahari. Sent to the corner by Manser. Title wraps it around. Dug out of the corner out in front. It's turned away. As Ian Tosca and Title got in there. Now just sent wide of the net. Zolotarov leaves it out in front. Scardino trying to put it behind Ian Tosca. It's intercepted. Sent up the ice by Drew McCarthy, and we'll get an icing call. 6:06 left to go. The Hillers try to establish some pressure. We'll put that first line back in there. In the high slot, sent wide of the net by White. Mara picks it up along the far side. Sent up and around. Good battle along the far side boards. Ooh. Yeah, falling there was Bridges, lost his balance and almost got McPherson with his stick. Medway approaching. There's a wrister sent wide. Up along the near side it goes. Swing and a miss up the ice by Mazaka as Mara intercepts. Mara sending it down. Great pass to McPherson. Here he goes. Breaking towards the net. And a Mustang just able to get in his way. Good defense there by Jason Bedard, staying in front of McPherson. Flipped up the ice by Teddy McDonald. Sent over by White. And now Purpura. Push it towards the blue line. There's a shot off a defender. It goes. White looking to send it down as Bahari works it up the ice. Sent out in front, shot, and Lang able to deflect, and the net comes dislodged. Good pressure there by Alexander Radnicki. We're going to face off at 4:24 left to go in this first period. Ritchie up against Conlon. Along the far side, Morse sent down, knocked back up the ice, set aside by Lang. Hayward leaves it for Purpura. Sent across by DeRocher. Morse closing in. Morse, wrister towards the net, set aside. Purpura trying to pick it up. Miller's looking to establish some constant pressure. They like to overwhelm their opponents. As DeRocher takes a hit into the boards, sends it wide of the net. Scardino, kind of a swing and a miss there. Would have liked to get more under that one. Hayward along the near side. In the Medway territory he goes. Hiller's in the midst of a change as the Mustangs send it up the ice. Manser leaves it behind. Hayward sent across. Approaching, shot in! What a great shot by Dylan Manser! Manser one-on-one with the goalie. And pops it right in. Stick side to make it 2-0 Hillers at 3:04 left to go in the first period. Off the face-off. Well, the Hillers, I think, starting to feel a little bit comfortable now, as looking for more pressure here. Left behind by Manser. Zolotarev takes a shot. Wow! Vasi Zolotarev, the senior, bringing the heat. That comes at 2:44 left to go, 20 seconds after the Manser goal. And the Hillers rolling up 3-0. Along the near side. Sent across by Manser. So Tarv pops it up the ice. Sent back by Creante. Medway looking to just clear their zone right now. And here comes Ian Tosca taking the shot just wide. Along the near side, Title trying to poke it out. Good battle between Title and Bahari. White with it. Just under 2 minutes left to go in the first period. And it's going to be taken away by Frotton as Merrill lost it. Good job by Adams getting in there. Good battle along the boards as White getting in there to match up with Mazaka. Now Mara takes it, sends it across to Carrazza. Carrazza looking for a break. Leaves it for Mara. Shot turned away. Mara's trying to go 5-hole there. And Trevor Walmsley, the goalie, just able to cover up in the nick of time. Sent over to Carrazza. Carrazza approaching, takes the shot. Good thing he covered up the 5-hole there. Out in front. And it's sent away. I think the one thing Medway's going to learn is to cover up in front of that net. This Hillers team overwhelming them speed-wise. Off the boards goes McPherson. And that's sent out of play. We'll get a face-off at 44 seconds left to go in the period. Impressive shooting so far by the Hillers. And it's not like they've really overwhelmed with shots on net. They've just had terrific shots when they had the opportunities. Sent up by Morse, taken by Bahari. Getting in the way there. Mara puts it in. Mara intercepts it. And goes blocker side to make it 4-0. Well, typically when Mara's one-on-one with the goalie, it's not going to go very well for the goalie, as that goal comes at 21 seconds left to go in the first period. It started off a little slow for this Hillers offense, but 3 goals in the final 3 minutes and 4 seconds of this period. Still 20 seconds left. Mustangs looking to work it up the ice. Hayward sends it over. Sent up by Morse. DeRocher going to try to get there. Sends it out. And he had a nice look by Purpura there. And that'll do it. A great first period by the Hillers. After 1 period of play, they lead Medway 4-0. A little bit of a slow start, but 3 goals in the final 3 minutes, and the Hillers rolling here at the New England Sports Center. Second period coming up next. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. We are ready for the second period. 4-0 Hillers lead. As we enter the second frame, Tom Nappy on the call, John Ritz on camera. Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Hillers scored 3 goals in the final 3 minutes and 4 seconds of the first period. As it is Title up against Conlin. Conlin gets kicked out of the face-off. Now Rudnicki in there. Hillers working right to left across your screen here in this second period. And we'll take you through the TVL standings as well when we get a chance. As the Hillers looking for some pressure. That's taken by Title. Shot turned away. Puck in the danger zone there, and looked like Medway just kind of lost sight of Title. There's a backhander by Scardino, and it is covered up, and it looks like they're still trying to stuff it in. Play's still alive, and now it's blown dead. Ooh, a little push delivered there by Rudnicki. That'll get him 2 minutes. Taking a look at the TVL standings, TVL Large, Westwood 6-5-0, Ashland 6-4-0, Medfield leading the way 10-2-0, Hopkinton right on their heels 9-2-0, Norwood 6-4-1, Holliston 2-8-1. And it looks like we're going to have a few changes made here by Medway. TVL Small, Dedham 3-8-0, Medway 1-10-1, Dover Sherborne 3-7-0, Norton at the top 7-4-2, Bellingham 0-10-0. And we are off to face off. Swiping it out of the corner, Paranello. Scardino trying to leave it out. Sent up to Morse. There's a wrister turned away. Hayward from the high slot. Puck deflected into the protective netting. And Medway did indeed get the penalty. Alexander Rudnicki for that push after play was blown dead. So the Hillers on the power play for 2 minutes overall, but 1:34 remaining on the power play. Carrazza takes the shot. Sent up the far side by Bridges. Manser with it. Feeds Mara. Leaves it behind for Manser. Mara along the corner, back to Manser. Along the point, takes the shot just wide. Mara sends it back to Manser. Mara approaching. Backhander, turned away. Well, Medway did a good job there at keeping guys in front of the net, and it paid off. And that puck flipped out of play by Zolotarev into the protective netting. We get a face-off at 13:04 left to go. 41 seconds left on the Hillers power play. And McPherson on the face-off. Carrazza takes the shot, turned away. McPherson with a secondary shot, and it's turned away. Raza leaves it behind. Manser sends it across to Mara. Now back to Manser. Gets away from him a little bit. And there's Zolotarev. Quick shot there. Just wide. Mara along the far side. Back to Manser. Mara approaching. Mara leaves it for Manser. Mara along the far side. Carrazza swing and a miss. Sent just past Manser. Set aside by Lang. Manser feeds it over. Carrazza approaching. There's a shot set wide. Out in front. Backhander by Purpura turned away. Sent up by Mazaka. Carrazza looking to approach. Takes the shot, turned away. Jammed up along the corner now. And we're going to get a cross check, I believe. It will be against Carrazza. He'll take a seat for the next 2 minutes. And Medway on the power play. Second time the Hillers have been short-handed in this game, out in front. And good defense there by the Hillers as it's sent away by Iarici. We'll burn some time off the clock as Tolley trying to take it up. The Hillers have two, now one up the ice. Iarici is going to try to keep it up there. Morse gets jammed up along the near side. Now Purpura takes a hit by Conlin trying to dig it out. Good battle. The Hillers just would love to pin that puck against those boards. Burn that power play off. And finally it squirts out into Medway territory. Sent back by Bahari. Leaves it for Tolley. Out in front. Oh, big hit by DeRocher. He kind of just skated right into Conlin.
Right to the head. Elbow right to the head. Dangerous hit in a 4-0 game. Elbow to the head.
And they're going to get Conlin for that elbow. He'll take a seat for the next 2 minutes. So we'll be at 4-on-4 for the next 37 seconds. And then the Hillers will have the man advantage. Title up against Froughton. Yeah, you hit someone to the head, they're going to get you. Got to protect these players. Jammed up along the boards. Ian Tosca digs it out. Manser sends it over to the near side. Mara. Crossover to Manser. Takes the shot, turned away. Sent across. Now here comes Froughton. Jammed up along the near side, getting in there, Ian Tosca. Hillers do have the man advantage. That shot sent wide. Sent away by Creante. Up along the near side, Title takes it. Looking to flip it to Scardino. He's jammed up, pinned against the boards. Able to get it out. Ian Tosca leaves it for Zolotarev. Now crossover to Manser. Manser back to Zolotarev. There's a shot, and it's turned away. Nice shot by Zolotarev right at the net. He's going to take another one, and that's turned away. And then flipped up the ice by Parinello. 30 seconds left on the Hiller power play. And we'll get an icing. Back to Medway territory we go. Well, so far so good on the penalty kill by the Mustangs. The Hillers have been quiet so far in this second period, but we know what they can do in a span of about 3 minutes. 3 goals in the final 3:04 of the first period. Is that shot backhanded by McCarthy turned away. Along the far side, Carrazza. Jack Lang has had to make some great saves today. There's a shot by Mara, turned away. Slowed down by Morse. Puts it towards the net, just wide. Mara getting in there, trying to take it away. Matched up with Manning. And now here comes Drake. Power play has expired. We're at even strength. Wrister by Morse. Off the glove of Walmsley. Actually, no, they got Froughton in now. Took over for Walmsley for the second period. And we'll get a face-off at 7:24 off the icing call. Hiller's doing a good job at keeping it in Medway's zone. Doing a little bit better than the first period, too. Medway able to establish some pressure in that first period, but the Hillers have really put a stall to that in this second period so far. Sent towards the net, turned away off the stick of White. And now, Iarici getting in there. Sent over by Bugby. Adams. And sent over by DeRocher. Flip to the near side. Purpura trying to dig it out. Out in front of the net, and it's still loose and sent away. Mazzaka was nearly able to get in there and stuff it in. Lang somehow just able to keep that out from in front of the net. And then I believe it was Iarici who flipped it up the ice. This faceoff comes at 6:56 left to go in the second period. The Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op, they're supposed to take on Medfield over in Franklin tonight. I believe that was an 8 o'clock start. That game got postponed to a date to be determined. Along the near side, sent to the net by Zolotarev, turned away. Iarici trying to get in there. Ooh, that had her hurt. Put it right off of DeRocher's leg. And now a collision along the near side by Zolotarev and Tolley. You'll notice this line getting a lot of playing time today with that 4-0 lead. Coach Hayes wants to give them some good experience. I mean, this has been a pretty crucial line, and he just wants to keep getting them better and better. Manser puts that off a defender. And also out there for the Hillers defensively, you got Derek Crow. That's sent up just past Crow. Excuse me, Crow's a forward. It looks like Mara's still out there with some of the younger guys. And you're going to see that different combinations he's trying, and that's what you do when you're up 4-0. Into the trapezoid, and we'll get an icing at 5:40 left to go. Well, coming up tomorrow on HCAM, we'll have Hiller Ski. Sean Ritz will be over in Shrewsbury for Hopkinton Hillers Alpine Ski. It won't be live, but we will be there to record the meet. Unfortunately, we just have too many connection issues there to send it live. Mara leaves it out in front. That's sent just wide by Resnick. And we'll also have Hillers Swimming, which we're going to attempt to stream live. As just missing the opportunity there was Resnick. A battle now along the far side boards. Now, we haven't had much success streaming from Milford High School, the home pool of the Hillers this season, but we're going to try to see what we could do to bring you the final meeting of the season, final home meeting against Norwood. Crow puts it off the boards. But in any case, we will certainly have the meeting in its entirety via recording. So if we're unable to successfully stream, we will get that posted the next day for you. Or likely the next day, I should say. And then on Friday night, big boys basketball matchup, Hopkinton and Medway. Always a great game. Bedard sends that just wide of the net as Lang pokes it away. Medway starting to establish some possession time. Sent up the near side by Morse. And we're looking forward to that Hopkinton Medway boys basketball game Friday night. That is always a terrific matchup. And they've had a lot of classic games on the courts for boys and girls basketball. Girls will be over at Medway on Friday. We'll have updates for you from that game as we're bringing you the boys game. Sent over by Ian Tosca. Handled by Creante, sent up the near side. Adams with it. Slices it across. Now Title trying to take it up. Leaves it for Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca, that goes off the stick of Scardino, and it's covered up by Frotton. I think one of the great things about this Hopkinton team this year, just the depth they have. Not a lot of teams have this kind of depth, and especially when you get into those crucial games at the end of the season for seeding and those playoff games, depth is huge, especially in those playoff games, because those are certainly tiring ones. And that's why you see Coach Hayes playing everybody pretty much. And there's a shot, and it is covered up by Lang. And of course, everybody should get an opportunity to play, but I mean playing everybody with substantial time on the ice. That shot was by Bahari, as we'll get a face-off at 3 minutes, 11 seconds left to go here in the second period. Out in front, Merritt trying to turn it around. Well, Medway has been very competitive in this second period. They have defended much better. And I think switching up their strategy defensively, putting more guys in front of the net has really paid off for them. So it was a good job by Medway coach Bill Link to make that transition heading into the second half, as Lang will scoop that up off the stick of Rudnicki. And this Medway program, this is certainly a program that you'll expect to be right back into the mix in the coming years. They typically don't spend very long having below 500 seasons. Sent across over to the near side. Zolotarev up the boards. There's a shot turned away. Good save by Lang, as Rudnicki ripping a shot. And Zolotarev giving Rudnicki a big bang into the boards. Mara along the far side, trying to leave it for Carrazza. You got the first line back out there for the Hillers for the most part. Sent out in front, swing and a miss there by Conlon. Approaching 2 minutes left to go in the second period. Manser sends it up over to Adams. Carrazza racing in. Shot, and it's just wide. Flipped up the ice by Tolley. I don't think any goaltender likes to see Carrazza flying at him. You know, you're going to have to defend against a very hard shot typically. Or Mara, for that matter. Manser leaves it for Hayward. That Mara-Carrazza combo has just been fantastic to watch. Here comes Mara! Backhander in! Pavitt, Mara makes it look easy. A 5-0 Hillers lead at 1:24 left to go in the second period. And that was just such a good example of the terrific stick control Pavitt Mara has. Able to so quickly get it to the back of the stick and backhand it in. DeRocher pokes it up. Purpura trying to get it out of the jam. Iarici pops it off the boards, looking for Purpura. Iarici now approaching the net. Trying to leave it out in front for DeRocher, a little too much mustard. Pass up by Hayward. Back to Hayward at the point. Along the far side he goes. Intercepted by Manning as we hit 45 seconds left to go in the second period. Hit delivered by Hayward. Hayward trying to dig it out, sends it over to Rocher. And now Now Morse sending it up. On the far side it goes. 12 seconds left. Purpura trying to dig it out. Can the Hillers get one more shot off? Purpura trying to take it around and jam it in, and the net came out. And I believe it was covered up. Looked like for a moment Purpura had an opening. 4 seconds left in the period. And I think the officials might want to talk about this. Oh, no. All right, they're going to have a face-off in the neutral zone. It was an offsides call. That'll do it. Hillers had another goal in the second period after 2 periods of play. It's the Hopkinton Hillers 5, the Medway Mustangs nothing. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are ready for the third period. A 5-0 Hiller lead. And they have just played very well against a gritty Medway team. They scored 4 goals in the first period, 3 of which came in the final 3 minutes, 4 seconds, and added 1 last period, courtesy of Pavitt Mira. Had 1:24 left to go. Mira had a beauty of a breakaway and a terrific shot to make it 5-0. Mira has 2 goals so far today. Hiller is working left to right across your screen for this third period, and we are underway here in the final frame. Tom Nappy on the call, happy to be with you. John Ritz on camera. And that is sent up and around by Ian Tosca, and now Title trying to dig it out. Takes it up the far side, leaves it out. Zolotarev rips a shot, it's turned away. Scardino puts it back. Pass across by Manser, sent up by Zolotarev. Nearly covered up, slipped out of the goalie's glove, still loose puck out in front. And it's taken away by Medway. Is Bahari able to get in there? He's trying to take it up the far side, contested by Title. Ian Tosca getting in there. Scardino sends it to Ian Tosca, left out in front, no one there. And popped out of play. And we have a running clock. It looks like both teams agree, even though it's only 5, and typically the rule is 6, to keep the clock running. And there is bad weather on the way, so I think that's part of the reasoning. And I think Medway has pretty much accepted their fate at this point, that, you know, this Hiller team just a little bit too much for them to handle. But I got to give Medway credit. They did compete hard in this game, and they had a number of great moments of pressure themselves. And I wouldn't call this an absolute domination by the Hillers. I think Medway fought pretty well throughout this game. Maris sends it up. Frotton leaks it to the neutral zone. Sent back by Morse. But this Medway program, you just have to imagine that, you know, this season, it's not their year, and every program has those years, but they'll be right back in the mix very soon. And we're going to get a call here, or did the net come dislodged? No, it's just the net came out a little bit. Clock going to keep running, 12 and a half minutes and counting. I think that's the right move by these coaches. Keep that clock running. You already know what the result of the game's going to be, and let people get home before the bad weather hits. Mazaka sends that up the near side. Along the far side, sent up by Morse. Mara approaching, backhander, and was that in? It was. Mara goes 5-hole, it's 6-0, Hillers. The puck disappeared so quick off his stick you could barely see it. I wasn't sure if it was stuck between Frotten's legs or slipped in, but once you saw Frotten put his head back, you knew it was in. Pavitt Mara has a hat trick. Sent to the far side by Creante. Purpura knocks it up. And looks like we'll have an icing. Clock continuing to run, 11 minutes left to go. Well, I can tell you one thing, this third period going to last 15 minutes on the nose. As long as they keep that clock running, of course. And that's sent up, turned away by Lang, and that shot deflected. As Drake was looking to rip it in. Along the corner, Adams sends it up. Scooted over by DeRocher. And cross over to Purpura. Purpura closing in, takes the shot, turned away, loose puck. And now a secondary shot by Adams is turned away, or White, excuse me. And DeRocher was just waiting at the corner trying to pop it in. Medway got lucky there. That was a great setup by the Hillers. As White sends it up. Now Scardino digging it out. Up and around he goes. Into Hiller territory. Lang will set it aside. Manser sends it up, and now Title racing to it. Well, another great thing about the running clock rule, and of course coaches could use their discretion at times, as Rudnicki comes up the far side, is it avoids injuries. You're in a game, the fate has been sealed of who's going to win that game. Why risk the injuries? And I think it has worked very well, and I'm sure has helped avoid some injuries. Brennan backhands it out in front as Mustang's looking for a shot. Good job by Ian Tosca contesting Rudnicki. Rudnicki thought he had a good opportunity there, and then Ian Tosca out of nowhere comes to divert him. Manser. Racing up the boards, contested by Bedard. Here comes Rudnicki, and he'll take a shot. Glove saved by Lang. I'll tell you what, I like what I see out of Alexander Rudnicki. He has some good skills, and that was some great stick work coming up the ice. Off the face-off, shot wide by Frotton. Medway would love to get that 0 off the scoreboard. Turned away by Lang. Well, they're getting good pressure right now. Brennan sends it across. Ian Tosca going to slap it up the ice, and we'll get an icing. And that'll burn some clock with the running clock in effect. Under 8 minutes left to go. Raza up against Frotton. Rister turned away by Lang out in front. Another good save as racing in was Mazaka. Mazaka looking for some pressure. He's contested. Sent over by Zolotarev. Oh, Karaza lost it. Sent up by Eaton. Now towards Crow. Squirts out into Medway territory. Picked up by Crayante. Zolotarev gets in there, sends it wide. Popped off the boards by Mazaka. Zolotarev took a big hit along the far side. He's back up quickly, though. And we might get a call here. Yep. It's going to be against Medway. That was an illegal hit. Hit a little too high, I think. Yeah, they'll get the cross-check call on Bridges. So Hillers will be on the power play for the next 2 minutes. Jackson Bridges not too happy about that call. We'll have a couple of girls hockey games coming your way. More on that in a moment. And that was put off the side of the net by Zolotarev. Big opportunity here for the Hillers to add another one. Mara. Next week we'll have girls hockey on Monday as they take on Ursuline Academy. They did beat Ursuline Academy earlier in the season. That's a 4 o'clock start. And then next Wednesday night, it's senior night for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls hockey. And they'll take on Medway after their senior night festivities. An 8 o'clock start on Wednesday night. Catch it all live right here on HCAM. And here comes Karaza racing up the ice. Wrister, and it's just a little high. 1 minute left on the power play. Jammed up along the corner. Medway likely just trying to pin it against that corner, burn off that power play. And some good hits going on. Look out, official, who's buried in the corner with a number of Mustangs and Hillers. Mara sends that up the ice. You got to give credit to these officials. It's not an easy job to officiate this sport, and they do a good job. We'll get a face-off at 4:26 and counting. It's a rough sport to officiate, and often you're caught in the middle of the action, taking hits yourselves, and you got to be able to put up with a little bit of physical contact as an official of hockey. So big credit to all those who officiate this sport, especially at this level. Along the near side. Handled by Ian Tosca, sends it across. Morse trying to get it back into Medway territory. We'll have an offsides call. And the power play will expire. So we are at even strength. And just 3:22 and counting left to go. It was 5-0 heading into the period. Often the running clock rule is 6, but both teams agreed to just run it through in this third period. Especially with some iffy weather coming our way. Some rain, ice, and snow heading our way. If you're out there driving, be careful. And that shot is turned away. Good shot there by Morse, who went long distance from the left point. And now Ian Tosca leaves it out, looking for Scardino. Intercepted by Title, sends it across to the far side. Up towards Morse. And Morse able to pop it back into Medway territory. Scooted up the near side by the Medway defenseman, handled along the boards by Hayward. 2.5 minutes and counting left to go. Out in front, turned away. Well, the Hillers have likely already clinched a playoff spot, but they'll certainly seal the deal, picking up their 10th win here today. Actually, hockey, it is brackets of 32, but typically, if you get above that 500 mark, you're going to get in. There is prelims, I believe, in some of the brackets. That's sent wide. Sent across by Drake. Brennan will race back, especially with the level of competition Hopkinton has had. They should have more than enough points, and hopefully they'll keep racking up some wins and get some home games for the postseason, which would certainly be nice to see. But we still have a long way to go here in the regular season. Another 8 games or so for the Hillers, and they'll have their big Martha's Vineyard tournament to end regular season play in February. And that shot, a hard shot right off a Medway defender by Rocco Horgan, as it's covered up by Frotton. And we've hit 1 minute left. Top of the circle, sent wide by Irici and covered up. Hillers continuing to just pile on the pressure. And you get to see the third, fourth, and fifth line quite a bit for the Hillers, and they did a really good job against a gritty Medway team. Brennan takes a shot just wide. Up along the end boards. Into the neutral zone, slowed down by Horgan. Jammed up along the near side, Irici trying to dig it out. And now approaching Purpura. DeRocher trying to dig it out of the corner. Here comes Purpura. Turns it around, looking towards the net at the buzzer. He put it in, but I don't believe it's going to count. Just a second too late by Purpura. But in any case, the Hillers take the victory, 6-0. Hopkinton improving to 10 wins, 2 losses, no ties on the season. Medway, 1 win, 11 losses, and 1 tie. Well, hats off to Medway. They aren't really where they want to be on the season, but they played this very tough Hillers team hard today, and it was a gritty performance, but a great win by Hopkinton. Terrific shooting, terrific goaltending by Jack Lang. He made some tremendous saves and some great defensive work as well. A great all-around team performance by the Hopkinton Hillers, who get the 6-0 victory here today at the New England Sports Center. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. This has been Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. We thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and stay safe in the weather out there. We'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.